Good morning, good afternoon, good evening guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, whenever you're watching this video, welcome to the Bitcoin family channel. For the newcomers, my name is Didi, filming inside today because there is a lot of wind outside. Even the ski lifts has closed because of all the wind, too much wind, we can't go skiing at the moment. I have an amazing video for you guys on this beautiful Friday morning. 5 amazing Bitcoin charts that are really telling a very cool story for Bitcoin. Also a trading tip, of course a travel tip, of course talking about the news because grayscale Bitcoin dumping is almost over, and yes, also giving some live advice at the end of the video. Let's quickly jump into the charts to see what is happening to Bitcoin and what we can expect for this weekend. Will it be a volatile weekend? Let's check the charts. First chart for today, guys, is this 4-hour chart on Bybit, Bitcoin of course on Bybit. We can see here there's a inverse head and shoulders playing out. How do we see that? Now I'm gonna draw a few lines to help you see it, but let's see. We have of course the neckline over here. Maybe I should make that a little bit bigger, green over there. Now if you now look at the drawing, we have the neckline over there. This is the shoulder coming up, this is the head coming up, making a neck shoulder. When we come back here, then the pattern is completed at 68,160. Then we have a full inverse head and shoulder pattern. The target of an inverse head and shoulder pattern is around, let's take the body from there to there, the depth of the head. So if we take this one and put it on here, then we can see the target of that inverse head and shoulder. So the target at the moment would be a minimum here around 75,000 US dollar. If we would extend it with normal candles completely to the end, so to the bottom over here, and we take it, so we use the wick now, then that target would be, to be very clear, up over there, 77,000 US dollar. It's not going to go up like this, of course. It's going to go like sideways like this, something, of course, also maybe with ups and downs. That's how a 4-hour head and shoulder pattern should play out. You can see over here the image of the head and shoulder pattern and how it normally looks. Very interesting, but beautiful to see that it's playing out. Let's see if we can take it back first to that 68K level to create the second shoulder on this 4-hour chart. It can take another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, another day, 6 candles of 4 hours to reach that. But if we reach it, that would mean we could see a breakout to the top of 77,000 US dollar to make another new all-time high, guys. Beautiful. Let's jump into some other charts because that one was really bullish, but I also want to share the bearish view. This chart is from Crypto Crew University Steve. He's a RSI chart on the weekly chart. He's telling us, look, we are almost nearing a red line. If we look into the history of Bitcoin, we haven't been often at those levels. And the times that we were at that level, that was almost the top of the bull market. Over here, that was the top in 2021. Of course, it was a double top, but when we went above that, that was the top of the bull market. Over here, that was the top of 2017. Over there, sorry. It's 2017 top, December 2017, if you remember. So that's the almost 2018. That's the top over there when we reached that red line. 2013 and 14, we had that double top. First in 2013, then in 2014, also when the RSI went way above that red line. And the first one over here, of course, I don't calculate that, but it was there. That's when Bitcoin started. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times we have been higher than the level that we are now. Only the second double top, we were at this level in 2021. That is how high we are in the RSI, which means that Bitcoin's move should be running out of strength, and which means we should see a retracement. At the moment, we see exactly that retracement. Maybe a retracement will come back all the way to the Y line. That's all possible. That doesn't mean the price will crash tremendously, but it does mean that we are running out of steam and that probably we will see a sideways movement for some weeks before we go and break that line again. Or will this be the first time in history we will make triple tops above that red line or against that red line? Let's see. Beautiful chart. That's the bearish view. Now, if we look to that same chart on this one, we can see also the RSI playing out here on the bottom. This is the monthly chart. We can see that we have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green months over there. That's a lot of green months. We haven't seen that many times before. Here, this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green months. Here, 3 green months. Here, 3 green months. So it is very unique that we see 7 green months, but I will come back to that later when I answer a question of the followers. But we can see the RSI has a lot of upward movement possibilities still if you look on the monthly. Look how high we went in that bull market 2017. Look how high we went in the bull market in 2021. Look where we are now in this bull market of 2024-25. So there is a lot of upward movement possible. And that's why I always want you guys to zoom out. Yes, we can freak out on the weekly or daily that we can see a retrace because the RSI is high. But if we look at the monthly, we are nowhere near the top of the RSI that we were during these bull markets in 2017 and 2021. Then this chart is the Bitcoin realized cap hodl waves. On this chart, you can see how many short-term hodlers at the moment are in the market. So we are looking now at the supply younger than 3 months. So the people that bought the Bitcoins between now and 3 months. So that's now growing from 16.3% in October 2023, grew it all the way up to 38.8% now at the moment. So that's a 138% growth for the supply younger than 3 months. If we look now back in history, the bull markets historically peaked above 60%. So that supply younger than 3 months peaked above 60% when the bull market top was in. You can see that orange part over there, that's 1 to 3 months. That peaked when the peak was there. Here as well, that orange part that peaked when the bull market peak was there. We are not even near those levels. Look how much more upward potential there is as well for that orange part to be even seeing a peak. That is again a confirmation for me that the bull market top is by far near. It will take a long time. The moment we were at this level, look to the left over there, that was, for example, here, not even there, yeah, it was here, 2017 beginning. It took to 2017 end, 12 months, for that volume to be overbought, let's say like that, and for that volume to show us the peak was there. Also over here, when we were there for the first time in 2021, it took another, let me see, all the way till there, almost 12 months for the full peak to be in. So yes, in my honest opinion, we have more than 12 months left to see the next peak. If we look at the total market cap, we can see also a very interesting observation, because if you look at the total market cap, this was the 2017 high of the total market cap. So this is the total crypto market cap on a weekly chart. You can see that over there. It's not like Bitcoin price, the market cap. And we can see that we here at that all-time high, and we broke that all-time high, and then we revisited or retested that all-time high. We can see these green candles go above, and then one red candle with a large wick testing that. 2021. All-time high market cap, we broke it with green candles, we are now testing it with that red candle. If this red candle that will close in around, how many days, 8 days, 9 days, something like that, will retest this chart in a positive way, that would mean that we did exactly the same that we did over there. And that would mean there is still a lot of upward potential for the bull market to continue for all Bitcoins, but also for all the altcoins. Amazing charts. Beautifully spot on Twitter by CRYPTOProf. Then we see the Bitcoin spot ETF cumulative flow. The positive part is that we are positive with in and outflows. We can see the total over here, this is green line. That's really bullish. And also Grayscale might be ending the dumping. But I will get back to that later in this video. We can see here Grayscale has dumped a lot. Over 600 a day here, 600 million worth of Bitcoin, 600 million worth of Bitcoin, 600 million worth of Bitcoin. But a lot of that was being bought up by all these others over there. By Wisdom Tree, Vanek, Velkaya, Franklin, Invesco, ARK, Bitwise, Fidelity, BlackRock. They bought up a lot of those Bitcoins. We can see here the Bitcoin spot ETF total cumulative flow is now around 12.5 billion US dollar worth of Bitcoins. So it's million US dollars, but 12,500 users. 12,500 means 12.5 billion US dollar inflows in total into Bitcoin. Amazing charts. I hope you really enjoyed those charts, guys. And yes, like you could see, on the 4-hour chart, there is an inverse head and shoulder building up. If this inverse head and shoulder will play out, we could pump all the way to 77K. Will this happen over the weekend? I don't know. The weekends are always very volatile, and if we look at the last couple of weekends, we did see some pumps on those Sundays. And also keep an eye on that CME closing today, because that will probably be also the price that we will visit on Sunday again, guys. Now, the long term, of course, just zooming out. We are still in the beginning of the bull market. The bull market, in my honest opinion, is going to take all the way till 2025, September somewhere. Could it be a copy of the 2013 bull market, where we had a huge top in 2013, a big crash, and then another top in 2014? Yes, it could play out like that. We could see a run all the way up to 100K in 2024, crash down, and then in 2025 another top, just like the copy of 2013. We all don't know, we don't have a crystal ball, but that's the beauty of Bitcoin. It needs to be a little bit exciting as well. We are in the bull market. Just celebrate these amazing prices above 60K, because do remember that a couple of months ago we were around 16, 17K. People were thinking we will go to 12K. We are at 60K and even touched 70K already. These are amazing times during this bull market. It's a beautiful Friday. Enjoy the Friday. Enjoy the Bitcoin price. Let's jump into the trading tip. I've got two trading tips for you. One is a chart pattern. Of course, the inverse head and shoulders. Look how this plays out over here. That is exactly what we can see now in the 4-hour chart. I've shown you this pattern already before. Hopefully you discovered this one yourselves on the chart. If not, by now you can see it playing out on the 4-hour chart of Bitcoin. Now, the second trading tip is a project that I'm invested in. Yes, I'm shilling a project that I'm invested in because I really believe that this project is going to do well. The all-time high of this project was 60 cents. At the moment, this project is at 0.03 cents. There's a lot of upward potential for this metaverse. It's VR Victoria. I've mentioned it already before. It's still at a beautiful price to buy in. Just imagine, if you invest $100 today, you would receive around 3,333 tokens, VR token, that's the ticker, VR. And if it would go back to 60 cents, to the previous all-time high, that $100 would become 2,000 US dollar. $200 would become 4,000 US dollar. $300 would become 6,000 US dollar. And just do your own calculation. So these are, for me, very nice projects to invest in with a beautiful risk-reward ratio. Previous all-time high 60 cents, up and running, shitload of people using it, now being able to buy it at 3 cents, a lot of upward potential, good team, good project. Just check all the videos, just check it everything, do your own research. But these are, for me, beautiful investments with a nice risk-reward ratio. And yes, I will throw in $250 or maybe even $500. But that $500 could turn out to become 10,000 US dollar. So that was the trading tip for today. The travel tip for today is a very cool one, because if you're traveling as a family, you might always have this pressure of, how do I educate my children? Should I still educate my children? Should I unschool? Should I homeschool? What should I do? Which kind of books should I use? What we discovered in the last 8 years, that all that pressure didn't work. The thing that did work is watching documentaries about certain countries that we visit. And the moment you start to watch documentaries on Netflix, it becomes, hey, wow, that's a documentary on Netflix, let's watch it. And you're educating your kids while watching a beautiful documentary on, for example, Netflix or Amazon Prime. And that is how the kids love to be educated nowadays. They just look short reels, they look TikToks, they look all kinds of cool short videos. But if you connect a country that you're visiting or a subject that you want to talk about to a documentary, something they can watch, then they will love to do it. They don't like to read books anymore. They don't like to read all these summaries and do all these scripts and all that stuff. But if you ask them to watch a documentary together, they will love watching those documentaries, and they are educated as well. Because most people in this world memorize better when they have visuals. For me, the same. I can read books, but if I see a visual of something, I will always be able to remember it again in the future. I always look at, yeah, that place. Oh yeah, that was there. With that building. I can always relate to an image. So watching documentaries is a very cool way to educate your kids while traveling. That was a travel tip for today. The question for today from one of the followers was, Didi, we have seen now 7 green monthly candles. We've only experienced that one before in 2012. Do you think we should see a red candle now? Could March or April or May become a red candle for Bitcoin? Now, I agree with you. that it is very, very rare to see 7 monthly bullish candles. And I also agree with you that normally we should retrace a little bit if you look at the monthly or at the weekly charts, because we can't go up in a direct line. Of course, things are a little bit different because there is a shitload of liquidity coming into the markets because of the spot ETFs, but also a lot of liquidity is flowing out of the market because of spot ETFs, as you saw on the charts we talked about before. So it's kind of the same situation as 2012. But do you remember 2012, the peak in 2013, crash, and another peak in 2014? We had a double peak in 2 years. It could, of course, play out exactly the same way now again. A peak in 2024, a crash, and another peak in 2025. I'm talking about a crash. That crash could be like 40 to 50%. 100K back to 50K, and in 2025 another run to above 100K. For example, that is one of the scenarios that could play out. We could also just go to 90K or 80K, and that would be the top 10 for this bull market cycle. So many scenarios are possible, but that's why I look at the indicators. When the indicators tell me the top is near, and it's a pi cycle indicator, or the RSI, or the MVRV score, or any of those glassnode indicators that are showing us traditionally where the top was, I will start to exit the market. I will start to dollar cost average out into US dollar stablecoins, DAI, USDT, or USDC with a part of my portfolio, not with everything. There's more than 30% that will stay forever in my hardware wallets. I won't even touch them. If Bitcoin might explode higher, those Bitcoins will always be there. So it is a very good question, and you notice it very well. We had a lot of bullish months, and I do think there will be a bearish month, but I don't think that bearish month will be as big as you expect. Maybe it will be a sideways month. Maybe, for example, now March or April will be this sideways month where we go a little bit red. And then we had one red candle. And if that would be a red candle with a large wick to the bottom and a small body at the top, we know, wow, boom, this is going to explode further again. So we need to keep watching the charts, but indeed, I agree with you, 7 bullish months is a lot. Maybe we make a new record now, 8 bullish months, but there will be a little bit bearish month as well, because we can't go up in one direct line. So yes, that is my answer to your question. I don't have a crystal ball, but this is a lot of bullishness. There needs to be a little bit bearishness to go and continue this bull market, in my honest opinion. Don't expect a huge crash, because I think a 20% to 30% crash is already big when this amount of liquidity is continuously streaming into the market. So that was my answer to your question. The news for today is about Grayscale, because Grayscale is the only spot ETF that is dumping Bitcoins continuously onto the market. And we all know that it's because Grayscale has a high fee for the customers to hold Bitcoin over there. It's 1.5%, and all the others have 0.2%. So mostly those people are selling their Bitcoin spot ETF at Grayscale and buying back at the other ones like BlackRock or ARK or any of those other 9. But Grayscale this week dumped almost $1 billion worth of Bitcoins. The highest day was $650 million US. Yesterday, again, $350 million US. So the dumping is becoming less and less and might be over soon. Because if we analyze the numbers, on March 21st, Grayscale announced that they still had $23 billion US worth of Bitcoin. Grayscale has shed around $13.6 billion US worth of Bitcoin in the last couple of weeks. So that would mean that Grayscale now holds less than $10 billion worth of Bitcoin, which means that the dumping is almost over. Which means if BlackRock, ARK Investment, Fidelity and all those other keep adding Bitcoins to the spot ETF, that would mean that then the demand again is growing tremendously because there's less dumping, so the net demand is going up tremendously, because now if we buy 800 million a day and Grayscale is selling 600 million a day, the net is only 200 million a day. Just imagine that 600 million a day of dumping is gone and only the buying is there. That would lead into a huge supply shock, and that in combination with the halving that is nearing now mid of April. So this news is huge that dumping might be over, because that would mean that's a perfect timing with the halving, with of course an explosive move in the Bitcoin price upwards, not downwards, upwards. Great news that Grayscale is almost finished dumping their Bitcoins onto the market. And apparently also $1.1 billion worth of Bitcoins that were dumped by Grayscale was because of the bankruptcy of crypto lender Genesis. So that was also 1.1 billion Bitcoins that were being dumped. So a little bit more, but just because of the bankruptcy. So yes, we can certainly see a decrease in the dumping of Grayscale. Very positive news for the future of Bitcoin, because when that dumping is over and the accumulation continues on the other ones, we will see a supply shock. We will see a massive move in the Bitcoin price. And the last part of the video, guys, of course, the inspirational quote of today. And the inspirational quote for today is, "One deed is better than 1,000 words." And I truly believe this is true. It is way more important to do one good deed a day than making YouTube videos with 1,000 words every day again and again and again. So I always try to do one good deed. If it's helping my kids, or it's helping a stranger to cross the street, or it is helping whatever, somebody that lost his skis on the ski piece because you fall, I will stop, I will pick up the ski, I will bring him the ski, I will save him all the energy, because I know how it feels when you fall on the ski slopes. So one deed a day is way better than 1,000 words. So sometimes maybe it's better to not look on your screen or the iPhone all day when you're walking through a city or when you're sitting on a terrace, and maybe observe the surroundings. Maybe then you will notice that some people need help crossing a busy street, or need help with carrying very heavy groceries, whatever it could be. A blind person that is walking in the wrong direction, or whatever it could be. You will notice it when you look around you. When you continuously focus on your iPhone, you will be like noticing nothing. You will be only noticing my videos. That's good. Give it a thumbs up. But also share a lot of other reels and stories that will take your attention from the world, from whatever there is. And when you put your attention back to the world, to whatever there is around you, you might see these situations where you can help people. Very simple. Just one time a day. And if you help one person a day, that would be better than 1,000 words, in my honest opinion. And yes, I know it's a very short live quote for today, but yes, I'm going to enjoy my full weekend now as well with ski slopes. Please let me know. I want to do a live this weekend. Let me know, do you want to see the live AMA on Saturday or on Sunday? I only will do one. I will do it in English because I'm still enjoying my holiday. Well, I'm still working, of course, but enjoying the ski slopes with my family, and my brother is also here. So let me know, AMA on Saturday or AMA on Saturday. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. What do you think about the charts? What do you think about the tips? What do you think about everything else? I wish you an amazing Friday, a beautiful weekend, and hopefully see you tomorrow or Sunday in that live AMA again. Thanks for watching, and see you later. Bam.